Hi, everyone, and thanks for being here today to learn more about the important work of ending homelessness across Northwest Michigan. My name is Ashley Haladeshman, and I am the director of the Northwest Michigan Coalition to End Homelessness. Alongside many other dedicated community champions in the work to end homelessness, our mission is to make homelessness rare, brief, and one-time across the 10-county region of Northwest Michigan. So what does that really mean, ending homelessness? It sounds daunting, I know, but it's actually attainable. An end to homelessness in our communities means that when people do fall into homelessness, the experience is rare, it is brief, and it's only one time. We must be vigilant in our efforts to end chronic, long-term homelessness for folks who have been on the streets and in shelters for many years, while continuing to perfect our system response for people experiencing homelessness for the first time. An end to homelessness in our communities would look like every individual and family who enters homelessness having immediate access to shelter and supports when needed or requested to rapidly exit homelessness and return to housing. Our shelters must be housing focused and intended to provide emergency services always directed at navigating people into housing. Though sometimes it's not that simple, and people require a more significant support system in order to become housed and maintain their housing. That's okay too. Our system is set up to support these folks as well, with comprehensive in-home supports and rental assistance programs to help people enter housing in a supported way and maintain it long-term. We must always remember that people do not choose to be homeless, nor do they deserve to be homeless. Likely, our systems have failed to support folks in the way they need to be supported to maintain permanent housing. People lose hope that they will ever be able to maintain permanent housing and be successful at it. And that's why we're here, to be hopeful around the cause to end homelessness and provide comprehensive supports to our community's most vulnerable people. Communities are only truly healthy and thriving when all of our citizens have access to safe and affordable housing. So how do we actually do this work? Ending homelessness is one of those complex social problems, not totally unlike eradicating a virus or ending child abuse. Beginning to sound daunting yet? Let me explain a little bit more. We have many simple, complicated, and complex problems we are all familiar with. A simple problem might be baking a cake. We have the recipe, we purchase the ingredients, and if we follow what the recipe says exactly, we are very likely to get a good result. An example of a complicated problem would be flying to the moon. To get to the moon, we needed to develop very complicated systems, mechanisms, machines, problem-solving strategies, etc., and then test them repeatedly. Eventually, once people figured out the formula, it could be replicated many times over to achieve consistency and get us to the moon. Examples of complex problems would be raising a child, eradicating a new virus, or even ending homelessness. These are problems where no off-the-shelf answer exists, and many variables that are extremely difficult to control are actually key steps in the recipe. However, at the Coalition, we believe that ending homelessness, although complex, has several simple steps and even some complicated processes, but it's actually still achievable. The great thing about ending homelessness, even though it's complex, is that we have some framework around a solution. We know we need more people exiting homelessness into permanent housing than we have entering homelessness. To make this work real in community, there are essentially 4 pillars. A service delivery system that is dedicated to collaboration, continuous quality improvement, and data-driven decision-making. The system will also be driven by the voices of those with lived experience, as we believe that experience is expertise in making our system equitable for all. Educated, dedicated staff throughout the Coalition who practice from a housing first philosophy. Backbone staff and leadership who help to build public will, community support, and work to align funding. And also streamline funding, all dedicated to the work of ending homelessness. We have the service system in place. Our funding is adequate and centered on housing-focused work, and we are beginning to see alignment in our communities like never before. The time is now, the urgency is critical, and we are ready to move the needle on ending homelessness. To learn more, please visit our website at www.endhomelessnessnmi.org. Informational sessions will be coming soon on working groups and how you can get involved. More information about the coalition is also available. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us via our website. Thanks so much for learning more about the important work to end homelessness.